Worth workers, welcome back to the Trust Your Worth podcast, the podcast that helps you tap in to the power of knowing your worth. Last week, I was able to talk to my two besties, Bradley and Zion, on the importance of having help while you heal. So if you weren't able to check out that episode, please do. It was so good and it was so fun. And both Bradley and Zion gave some excellent insights on how to tap into that support when you need it, when you're healing, and how to give support to others when they're healing. So please check it out. It's episode 25. Today, I am talking about motivation. My guys, my gals, the struggle is so real. Like, even with these podcast episodes, sometimes I really struggle to focus and get these done. Like, that's why they do come out every Saturday, but they come out at different times because sometimes I just don't have time during the week. It's my bad planning, or I don't feel like I have enough knowledge on the subject that I really want to talk about. So I'm like, no, I have to push that episode back. Like, so many things get in the way of getting things done. And sometimes I just don't want to. I'm tired and I procrastinate and it's bad. So today we are talking about motivation and ways we can get motivated. Motivation can come in many forms, and I just want to talk about different ways that might be effective for you, because what works for you may not always work for someone else. And so I want to give you a couple tools to help you get that motivation down. So let's start at the reasons why you may be lacking motivation. I'm going to start with a tough truth that right now at the moment, maybe you are in a state of not trusting yourself. You don't have enough self-respect to move forward with things that are important to you. For example, I get up and I go to work every day. The motivation to go to work is there because I need money for my lifestyle. But do I love work? Not always. But I respect my employer because, like, there's a whole team that I let down if I don't show up, and I respect those people. But I made the promise to myself that I'm going to work out 5 days a week this week, and I didn't do it. And that shows a lack of trust in myself because I made that promise to myself and I broke it. So that means I need to go work on keeping little promises to myself. I did a whole episode on this, episode 2, how to trust yourself. So if you are in a state of just lack of self-worth and lack of belief that you matter too, then maybe let's start there. Let's start with those things that are making you feel like your goals and your needs and your wants aren't as important as others. So you stop showing up for yourself. Like, what was the catalyst or the trigger that made it so you don't believe you deserve to have time for yourself to keep your goals, to keep your promises that you made to yourself? Yes, life gets in the way, but you know what we do? We do what's important to us. We make time for what's important to us. So if we aren't important to us, then things are not going to get done, and you will not have the motivation to get the things that you want to do done if you don't love yourself. So please be patient with yourself. Start small, pick something small, just start keeping your promises to yourself. You can do it. You can love yourself. You can put yourself first. It's okay. It's totally okay. Okay, a hard truth number 2. Dr. Elijah Frazier talks about this. I'm going to post this reel in the show notes. But if you understand this truth and really know that it's true, it means you can get through it quicker. He says, quote, "If you are honest with yourself and say to yourself, I want it," without doing the work. And how true is that? There's so many things in my life that I want without doing that. I want to be filthy rich without doing any work. I want to have 6-pack abs and be able to do a pull-up without doing any work. I want to eat without cooking, which is why I eat out so much. And it's really frustrating because eating at home, cooking your food is always going to be healthier, like easily going to be healthier than than eating out. And it's going to save you a butt ton of money. So I could be rich if I just stopped eating out, really, realistically. But I want it without doing the work. And then the second question you have to ask yourself is, do I still want it when I know how much it's going to take to get it? If you still want it after knowing what it's going to take for you to do, then let that motivate you. For example, with the cooking, I'm going to have to plan the meal. I'm going to have to go buy the groceries. I'm going to have to chop up all the ingredients. I'm going to have to cook said ingredients. I'm going to have to wait for it to cook. That's 5 steps right there. And then I can finally eat it. So when I really want it enough, I'm going to do it. I think acknowledging and recognizing that delusion that you want it without the work will help you get over that fact quicker, because you're like, you know what? Actually, cooking isn't that bad and I love the reward, so I'm going to do it. It'll help you to get through that lack of motivation. Now let's talk about some things you can do to create motivation. I was watching a video by Andrew Huberman, and he was talking about being able to get yourself quickly out of a state of amotivation or unmotivation. So when there's a deadline of something that you want to get done coming up, it does 2 things. It either creates stress or anxiety, and you just think about it and worry about it and you just don't get it done. Or it motivates you to action to get the thing done. So sometimes deadlines can be very helpful because, oh, I have a deadline. I promised myself I would get it done by then. I'm going to do it. So in that case, it creates motivation. So the takeaway from Andrew's video is that you need to do something harder than your actual task to motivate you to do that task. For example, I have to go record a podcast episode. I'm tired from the week. I don't want to go do it. So I have a couple choices. So I can either do nothing and just watch TV. I can do an unrelated task. So I can just go clean my room. Or I can go do the thing. I can go record the podcast episode. He said the first 2 things, that's a state of amotivation. And while cleaning is somewhat productive, it's not challenging enough to motivate me to want to go do the podcast episode. So he says you need to do something almost painful, and not painful where you hurting tissues or emotionally traumatizing yourself. None of that. He specifically talks about cold plunging, because cold plunging is so hard. You're like, I'm going to go do this epically hard thing. And then that'll bring up your dopamine to the point where you're like, oh, I'm feeling so motivated. If I just did that wicked hard thing, recording my podcast episode is gonna be easy compared to this thing. So if you need quick motivation, something painful, or I'm going to change that word to something super challenging to challenge you mentally and physically. He calls it tangential. So a sideways activity almost, something that's not related to your task at all, but that it's hard enough to give you motivation to do things. So for example, when I did 75 hard, oh my gosh, that took 3 hours of my day sometimes, fully 3 hours. And that goal was so hard for me that everything else in my life seemed so easy to do. I could get to bed on time because it would help me keep the 75 hard goal. I planned my meals, which I don't usually do, because it helped me achieve the 75 hard goal. Everything else just seemed so easy because everything I had to do for that challenge was so hard, especially getting up in the morning. And sometimes I literally didn't get all the meals, but I was because I was intermittent fasting. So I had an eating window, and oh my gosh, but I literally I've never felt so motivated in my entire life. I never felt so freaking amazing. I felt powerful. So that's, I think, the concept that Andrew is talking about here. So he does recommend cold plunging. And honestly, I would too. I've started cold plunging. My parents just got one. The first time I jumped in, I literally screamed out. I have never screamed so much. And it was so, genuinely so painful. They're staying for 3 minutes. After 3 seconds, I was this was a mistake. No. I should not have done this. And like they told me to like put my fingers like on kind of like my shoulders, like crossed on my shoulders. But like I kept floating up and my hands kept coming out. So I just let them free float. And that was a mistake. Like my fingers were in so much pain, like physical pain. Honestly, the hardest 3 minutes of my life. Like they had that cold plunge set to 4 degrees. Let me just tell you that later we found out for cold plunges to be effective, they don't have to be that cold. 8 degrees gives the same benefits. So I was freezing my booty off 4 degrees more for nothing because I have cold plunged in the ocean and this was way harder. Like 100 times harder to get this cold plunge. But after I got out, so it took about 5 minutes for my body to feel absolutely magical. And I was like, okay, I feel unstoppable again. I can go do it. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to go cook my meal. I'm going to go whatever. I'm going to go for a run after this. Like, if you need a quick dopamine hit to get you motivated, like when you do something, it doesn't have to be a cold plunge, but maybe it's like, I'm going for a 5-minute sprint. I'm just going to run my booty off for 5 minutes. And I'll be, okay, I did that hard thing. I can do this other hard thing. So that can help kickstart your dopamine to get you back into a state of motivation where you're just ready to do things. So if you are able to, like, you don't have to have a cold plunge to get the same effect. So you can do it in your shower, you can do it in your bathtub. My bathtub gets to 10 degrees, and I'm guessing that majority of people's bathtubs can do the same. If you're worried about it, just get like a floating temperature gauge. That's what I did because I was like looking into cold plunging, but didn't want to pay for one. And I have a bathtub, so I do that sometimes too when I can't get to the cold plunge. But like definitely something effective that'll help you get motivated. Wow, did not mean for this to be the episode on promoting cold plunges, but I highly recommend it. I freaking love it. And it does help me to be motivated because it's so hard. It really is. It's hard to even get in, but once you're in, you got it. Okay. Another thing you can do to help you be motivated is be accountable to someone. Like I said at the beginning, deadlines can be very helpful. They can also stress you out, but remember what we talked about consistency before. If that like hard deadline doesn't work for you, then find a way to touch the project in some way every day. Or if deadlines do work for you, great, then have someone who can keep you accountable. Tell your friend like, hey, I'm going to work out 5 days a week. I'm going to check in with you. And if I don't, can you just like remind me like, hey, how'd your workout go today? So you'd be like, oh yeah, I got to work out. And I have a friend who can help me be accountable. Cause you know how we talked about how sometimes we really don't want to do things for ourselves, but when other people are involved, so having a workout buddy who's going to show up with you every day, that's so helpful. Like when I have a workout partner, I get to the gym 100 times more than I would just have to go by myself. That's exaggerated, but really it does help me when I have someone else to go with because like they're going, if they're doing it, I can do it too. Keeping a journal, writing down your goals can help. But let's also keep in mind that doing other tasks is not doing the thing. Like writing about the thing is not doing the thing. Talking about the thing is not doing the thing. Making a whole spreadsheet about doing the thing. Making a calendar about doing the thing is not doing the thing you're supposed to be doing. So like while that can be helpful, let's just make sure you're being honest with yourself and you're not procrastinating the thing, but you're preparing for the thing. Because I get that. Like sometimes I have so much fun just making the plan and not actually doing the thing, but let's try and do the thing. Okay. Let's say you're in a rut and you're like, Brittany, I don't have any goals. I don't feel motivated to do anything. I just don't know what to do. Like, yeah, I have all these great ideas, but there's not one that's like really gonna drive me, give me purpose to move forward. And I just want to share this quote that really hit home when I was thinking about this and the things that like when I struggle, what is a great thing to help me get out of those slumps or I'm just having a hard time. So it says, quote, if you don't know what to pursue in life right now, pursue yourself. Pursue becoming the healthiest, happiest, most healed, most present, most confident version of yourself. The right path will reveal itself. Close quote. My friends, I can tell you how true this is. I started my work journey almost 3 years ago. And it led me to this, to starting a podcast about it. And I'm so fulfilled because I have a purpose and I feel like I'm being able to help others while also helping myself. I also started, getting healthier, trying to be the best, healthiest version I can be. That one I am still struggling with, but I am on the path. Yes, I take some steps back, but I'm also moving forward on that path to healthier me. I have healed in so many ways, and when I'm getting emotional thinking about how far I've come. When I look back, I'm so freaking proud of myself for trusting my worth enough to move forward in pursuing me and finding me again, because I feel like the most me I've ever been. And I'm so incredibly grateful for that, because now my cup is full that I can give. And when I can't, I know how to set boundaries now that keep me safe and keep me in relationships that are thriving for both of us because we respect each other's boundaries. I am the most confident I've ever been. You know what's crazy? I'm literally like the biggest I've ever been, but I'm the happiest. I'm the most confident I've ever been. Like, I literally don't care what people think about me. And if you knew me 2 years ago, I never would have said that. I would have been like, my life is ruled by fear and anxiety, and I care too much what people think, and I don't know who I am. But now I know who I am, and I am confident in who I am, and I am confident in my abilities to solve problems, to stay present, and to make my dreams come true. I am on the path to my dream life, and guaranteed in 5 years, I'm going to be looking back at this moment and being like, I wasn't there yet, but I was on the path, and here I am living my dream life. Like, I know I'm going to do it. You know what's so cool is that you can too. I know you can do it too. You can create the life that you want. You can trust your worth. You can heal. You can become the most present, the most healthy, most awesome you. I am so excited for you to trust your worth, to know that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of happiness. You always have been. You always will be. I hope, my queens and kings, that you hear something today that will help you be motivated to live the life that you want, because you deserve it. Okay, your work this week is to find one small activity that will help you jumpstart into a state of motivation. So I gave you 2 examples. I said cold plunge or go for a 5-minute sprint. So whatever works for you, I want you to pick something that when you think about it, you immediately don't want to do it. Cold plunging is not, like getting into that water is not appealing to me at all. But I know if I do it, I'll be so proud of myself if I do. The other things I can think of, jump roping, that sounds awful. Cooking some vegetables, that does not appeal to me. It annoys me actually, but I know I need vegetables. So something that will help you jumpstart that motivation. So yeah, I hope you find something that works for you. Make sure it's safe, like it's not harming you in any way, okay? But something that is immediately challenging to you. As always, I want to hear from you. You can find me on Instagram at trust_your_worth or on the website at www.trustyourworth.com. Actually, exciting news. I have a store now on trustyourworth.com. There's a little tab. I only have hats right now. And I have made printable affirmations that you can buy, and you get the download link, and yeah, you just print them out. And you can put them up wherever you want, on your mirror, somewhere you'll see them every day. They're small enough they could fit in your purse or wallet. Yeah, so check it out. I hope you enjoy it. There's definitely going to be more things coming, like motivational posters and more affirmation packs. So yeah, check it out. And if no one has told you today, you can do it. You have everything you need to get it done. To get your dream life. You can do it. You're a legend. And don't forget to trust your worth. Okay, thanks for listening. Love you so much. Have a great week. Bye.